The slow pull away breakup is more common for someone who has an anxious avoidant attachment or a fearful avoidant attachment. A quick, abrupt, I never saw this coming. We had just had a great time together. I was getting to know them to the point of feeling really secure, and I knew that this relationship was perfect for me. This was my person. Now I had the rug pulled out under me, is much more of a dismissive avoidant. So the fearful avoidant kind of goes back and forth. They question, should I not be with them? Should I be with them? Is this going to work? They oscillate back and forth so much that you may have an idea that things are not going great. Whereas with the dismissive avoidant, they hide and suppress any frustration, any concern that they have, any non-negotiable that may not be working for them in this relationship until they get to the point where it's kind of like this tipping point and they're like, oh no, this is absolutely not going to work. This person is not for me. I know this for certain. I know this for sure. I need to completely have a clean break from this relationship and I am done. The issue with that is you will never see it coming. And I don't think it's because they want to deceive you. I think that it's just because they're not sure yet. But once they are sure, that's it. There is this line that gets drawn. A dismissive avoidant is a lot less likely to reach out later on. They're a lot less likely also to play any mind games. I find that they block, they cut ties, and they move on with their life, and they don't want to have interaction. They don't want to try to be friends later. Everything is just very cut and dry with them, and that can be damaging in its own way. And people are like, oh, I wish that they would come back because at least I would know that they care. And what I would say to that, if you feel that way, if you're like, I read so many stories about the avoidants who come back and they try to talk to you, the dismissive avoidant does love you by not reaching out because they think I've done enough damage to this person. We weren't right for each other, or maybe they realized later on that it was their own fear that got in the way of them connecting with you. And the last thing that they want to do is ruin your life again and go back in and try to mess things up all over again. And they're like, I'm just going to screw it up. So the best thing that I can do out of love is to leave them alone and to not go back. So I hope that that gives you some clarity. If you have more questions about avoidance, please be sure to put them in the comments. And if you would like to go back and watch any of my old content, I actually have an avoidance explained playlist that could be really, really helpful to give you more insight into the specifics between fearful and dismissive avoidance.